rolling.
To catch up. What I feel is, okay, Islam is a real problem for black people. And it's a real problem for me. It's a real problem for me because I can see that it's predatory. And how it's predatory is just like in the park, how the Dawah team are predatory on the vulnerable. Now, I'm not calling black people vulnerable per se, but you see, the Dawah tactic is to search and destroy need for identity. Right? Now, I've heard on camera a narrative which has spread throughout black people. It's a bit annoying because what it's done is it's taken away our own cognition by pumping a narrative into us against white people in order to get us on side. Now, I've even heard one Muslim here, that Muslim's banned from the park at the moment, where he's debating a black guy, trying to give him dawah. When he's hit a brick wall, you can tell the dawah lesson has hit him, and the next thing he said was, "Look what the white man's done to you." You know that one?
I don't know who that is, but I've heard that many times before. Yeah.
That's the first thing he did. Now, what he's trying to do now, he's developed some kind of a common ground, so you can get a black man to hate. Now, that's going to be to our detriment, really, because we're surrounded by hate and struggling anyway. So what we need is emancipation. What we need is freedom of thought. We don't need to be dragged down a pit by pseudo-Nazis, getting us to focus our identity on something which got nothing to do with it and fight their agenda for them. Now, when you have poor innocent people, now these innocent people, they're broke. They don't have nowhere to live. They're suicidal almost. What you have is you have drug lords. Drug lords, they spot the vulnerability in these people. So what do? They offer them identity, they offer them money. They separate themselves from the responsibility, right, of the crime that they're putting on this innocent person, dump loads of drugs on them, and send them over the border. Those people are called drug mules. Mules, bro. You have the drug lords sitting, watching these people either getting catch or not. They don't get their hands dirty. And this is what I see happening to black people. They come to you, spot your vulnerability, pump you full of dawah, and send you into the park. Look what the white man's done to you. Now, I've debated sometimes. So what happens now is you develop this narrative where you are against Christianity. You don't even know what Christianity is, but you're against it because the Dawah team have pumped the narrative to you that Christianity is a white man's religion. But yet, Christianity was rife in Ethiopia, way before Islam. The first churches in Ethiopia. So how the Dawah team have pumped this narrative into a white Jesus, blue-eyed Jesus, into black people is beyond me. Because Jesus was a Jew, they know. But how can a black man not think for himself to realize that Jesus was a Palestinian. How can a black man not think for himself? How? Where he's going now, he's got a reason to identify. So he's targeting Christians, and the Dawah team just looking like drug lords, watching you go. They wind you up and they watch you go, because they don't have to get their hands dirty. Now I'm going to give you an example, brother. I was debating you and Mako one time about how black people were created and black people are bound for hell. Remember that hadith?
Yeah,
when black people were created.
I don't think he was debating me.
Well, I was reading the hadith.
Yeah.
Kind of like
he was debating somebody.
Yeah, it was
and then I got in and I was listening and I asked a few Muslims around us if they knew what about the hadith.
And
no
what was the conclusion?
I believe that the guys that were around us refused to interpret what we had found, refused to be honest about whether it was sahih or not, and just was like basically were blocking truth. I believe that those guys there did not, whether they knew or not, they wasn't really in the interest of truth and more trying to save face.
So now your conclusion after hearing me read the hadith, then going to Muhammad hijab.
No,
you went to Muhammad hijab. I saw you on camera. You went to Muhammad hijab, and you went to someone else. I'm not sure, but only 100% I remember. And the Sheikh.
I went to Shamsi. I went to the Sheikh.
Yeah.
Ali Dawa was here. I didn't go to Muhammad hijab.
You didn't go to about that particular topic. Okay, I'm possibly wrong here. What I do remember is you went for confirmation from respectable members of the Dawah, and you were left with
I was left
ambiguous statements
for anything concrete.
Right.
Well, to my satisfaction, until I spoke to Shamsi, who gave me a good explanation. Now, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's true or false, that's a different story. But Shamsi was honest and forthcoming with me, and I was satisfied that
What did he say?
I can't remember now.
Okay, it was honest.
But I remember the sentiment. I remember thinking. I remember even saying to the camera, "It's good. It's a good thing there's a man like Shamsi here."
And what did he say to you?
What do you mean?
What did he say to you that you said he was honest?
He gave me an explanation. He read it he read it from his phone. I don't remember the precise explanation. But what I do remember is when I'd asked anyone else, I could tell that they wasn't really interested in giving me the truth. But I felt like Shamsi gave me what I was more happy with his explanation. Doesn't mean that I believe what Shamsi told me was correct or not, but I believe that he was being honest in his answer to me.
Okay, I'll challenge Shamsi to come here right now and repeat what he said. If he's in the park,
He's over there.
If Shamsi's here, I'll challenge him to come here and repeat.
Me?
The reason why I'm here, brother, is not to.
You do know I'm not Muslim, right?
No, listen.
You know that though.
Hold on a second. The reason why I'm here, brother, is because what I don't want you to do as a brother, right, in humanity, right, is to just believe what they tell you.
That's never Jedi.
Right, so then you come to your own conclusion.
It's never me.
And this is what I'm after.
I always come to my own conclusion.
Right, this is what I'm after.
Yeah.
This is what I'm after. What is your own conclusion regarding Islam and black people?
I don't have one. I don't really have I don't have a concern with Islam. That's in. I don't care about Islam. I don't care about Christianity. No. I don't. Like, and when I say that, like my friend was talking to me about Rastafarianism the other day, because I've had a few conversations on that subject, and I had to say to a point blank, I don't care about Rastafarianism. When I mean that, I mean when I go to bed at night, none of you guys' religions on my brain, on my mind, and nothing you guys have said has troubled my soul or made me toss and turn and made me think, fuck, am I doing the right thing? So like when I say I don't care, it doesn't mean I don't have an interest and I won't ask questions, but in my day-to-day life, I literally don't sit there and think, you know what would be, you know what I mean?
Now what if I was to say to you, right, that there's a man that hated or hates every one of your black friends? How would you feel about that man?
Yeah, I would.
What opinion would you have about that man?
Probably wouldn't invite him to dinner.
No, but what opinion would you have about it?
If it was facts that he hated all my black friends because they were black,
yes,
I would think he was a racist.
And would you encourage any one of your black brothers or sisters to cohabitate or become friends with that man?
Would I encourage a black man to become friends with a racist?
Or would you defend that man? Would you defend that man?
Would I defend the racist?
Yeah.
I could defend the racist. Yes, I could defend the racist, yes.
You could defend the racist?
Of course I could.
Well, how could you defend the racist?
It's something that they're right about, I could defend them. So if they were being attacked unfairly,
so you feel that there's some, hold on, we're sidetracking a minute. So you think there's something good morally in racism? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe not. You don't have to be good morally for me to defend you.
Well, I'm talking about racism.
Okay, if you're racist, you're racist. I'm not going to defend you on racism.
You think racism is good or bad?
I think it's a bad thing still.
I think it's a bad thing.
I think to be prejudiced against somebody strictly based on their appearance, I think is bad. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
now, all right. So let's go down to listen. Muhammad himself. This is what I'm saying.
Listen. One second though, brother. I need to establish something.
Yeah, go on.
You said something about being a mule of Islam.
Yeah.
So I need to understand how that affects me personally and how that applies to me.
Because I feel that a lot of black people in this park are gullible.
I'm not a lot of black people.
It's my opinion. I'm
not a lot of black people, and I'm the last gullible person here.
We all have our own opinion, and I can see that probably you leave certain discussions and you think, I'm not sure about that answer. So you might leave with a certain amount of ambiguity.
You know, because I ain't been debating for a while. You lot don't rate me. You actually trying to give me this gullible.
Right? No.
Come on, bruv. Do you know who you're talking to?
Now,
bruv. I call you my dad, you know. I call you my dad. Please don't tell me about being gullible, though. Be realistic. Tell me what you want to say, but don't ever call me gullible, because at the end of the day, you believe a man died on the cross, right?
Okay.
And rose again after 3 days?
So now,
do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Don't change your subject.
I'm asking you. You ask me a question, I answer you one.
Don't change your subject.
I ask you a question, you answer me one.
No, I'm talking about
no problem. And we can get back to that.
We can talk about it afterwards.
Trying to get in or?
Don't take this as a personal attack. This is about.
Would you like me to answer your question?
It's about every single black person in this park.
It is, but let's be real.
Not about you.
You called me and said it's about me.
It's about every single black person in this park. And if you listen to what I said,
let me listen.
If you listen to what I said,
I'm gonna listen to your dawah still.
What I said was, when you leave the conversation, when you go for confirmation of a hadith that I've read, I can see that you don't 100% believe what you've heard.
No.
I didn't say that you just lapped it up. Right?
Yeah. I don't lap up nothing.
I can see that you see that they're hiding something. I'm talking on a
wide
wide
scale.
scale.
You gave me either.
I'm talking on a wide scale.
Critical thinking, bro.
I'm talking on a wide scale on how black people are duped into following Islam.
Okay, cool. But I'm not a Muslim,
and
so
focusing.
can I be
hold on. This is.
I didn't
I want your opinion on this.
All right, give me your opinion.
Into following Islam, right, and duped into hating Christians, right, simply because they've been fed the narrative that Jesus is blonde hair and blue-eyed.
Okay. And it was Muslims that came up with that narrative.
That Muslims have stolen it from a lot of places,
not the white folks.
and fed it to
not
black
the blonde
people.
Hair, blue-eyed.
And unfortunately,
it's not the blonde hair, blue-eyed guys that came up with that.
Black people are gullible, and they've lapped it up, and they're coming with that narrative in the past.
I've never heard a Muslim tell me that Jesus was blonde hair, blue-eyed. I want you to find me one that believes. Any Muslims in the park that believe Jesus was blonde hair and blue-eyed? So I think this is a flawed basis that you're starting on, bro.
No, it's not flawed.
Okay, go on then.
So anybody watching this, right, has heard.
Cain, man, come on, bro.
No, brother, listen. I've heard Muslims, right, focus on the fact that Jesus couldn't be real because he's blonde haired and blue-eyed.
I never heard one
right?
Jesus say.
Right?
I never heard
now,
one Muslim. One second.
That gets black people.
Inaccurate.
Black people to hate.
Who is Isa?
Gets black people to hate Christianity based on that fallacy. Based on that fallacy.
Listen,
I am being real, bro.
Let me just say one thing.
I am being real.
Do you mind?
Right?
Do you mind if I say one thing?
Let me make my point and you can come back.
All I'm going to say is,
right? Let me make my point.
I like you, I'd prefer if you came from an accurate perspective.
I am.
Listen, just hear me out. I believe some of the things that you're saying are valid points. But I think that the premise you're standing on, based on the fact that Muslims don't believe in Jesus and think that, or suggest he was blonde hair and blue-eyed, I would say that that is inaccurate because they do have a guy that they call Isa. Now, whether any of these guys
Isa's full of lies, and I challenge him to come here right now.
Okay, see now.
Challenge to come here right now.
Listen to me, bro.
Any black Muslim to come here.
Listen to me. Yeah. I think you've misunderstood what I'm saying.
Go on.
Isa is Jesus.
No, he ain't.
Okay. So
No, he ain't.
this is who they claiming to be Jesus. But
He's not Jesus.
1 second.
He's not Jesus. Yeah.
Fair dues, yeah? I'm not claiming he is, yeah?
Okay.
This is what I've heard Muslims claim. Yes, Jesus exists. His name was Isa, yeah? And blah, 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 blah. They believe the whole story about him.
No, they don't.
Hold on. Please give me a minute, please. Please give me
They
a minute.
don't believe
Yeah,
that.
I know, but please give me a minute.
Okay, go on.
They say they believe the whole story is correct, apart from certain aspects like resurrection, crucifixion, stuff like that. Yeah, they believe that there was some switcheroo that went on and blah blah blah. That's their business.
The core part.
That's
the
their
imperative
business.
part.
But hold on, let me just say though, I've never heard a man say that Jesus doesn't exist, and I've never heard a Muslim man say that Jesus is blonde hair and blue eyes.
No.
I've never heard that.
What I said was they'll take the mickey. They try to direct black people away from Christianity by saying
it's a white
by
man's religion.
Yes, and pumping that narrative.
White man religion doesn't mean that.
Pumping that narrative. Now, what?
Yeah.
What?
He's good. He's a good guy. That's my dad. He's a good guy.
What Jesus came to do here, right? He came to free us, to emancipate us from all kinds of hatred.
Free black people,
right?
or white
But
people?
see, black people or white people.
No, 'cause he's
Black
saying
people or
to
white
free
people.
us.
That this is my whole point. This is my whole point.
Did he come to
In
free
Christianity,
mankind,
there's no color. There's no
Oh,
black,
brother.
no white, no Jew, no Greek, no slave, no free. Right? But what Muslims are trying to do, they're trying to get you
God have his
to be
chosen
a
people in the Bible?
pseudo-Nazi.
Does God have
A
his chosen people in the Bible?
pseudo-Nazi.
1 second.
They're trying to put black. They're trying to put
Ask Cain,
jackboots on
someone
you
ask Cain about
and
God's
get you to
chosen
hate
people in the Bible
Christianity
and where they
by
come from.
saying it's a white man's religion.
Was
And
it
this
everyone?
is not true.
Who's the tribe of
No,
Israel?
right. This is not true.
Israel,
Brother.
Israel, the tribe of Israel.
Right now, brother.
Are
let
they
me get-
everyone? Is that
let me-
everyone?
I want your opinion on.
Is everyone an Israeli? Is everyone from the tribe of Israel?
That's a different topic.
No,
What
but
do you
those are
mean?
God's chosen people in the Bible, right?
Right, that's a different topic.
Okay, but then they don't all look like everyone. They look like a specific set of people, right?
Okay, what color would you say
I
an
have no
Israeli?
fucking clue.
Brown now.
The Hebrews, the Israelites that were there were black.
Or black? Do you have proof of this?
That's where they were. It's the
Do you have
region that they were.
hold on, do you
They
have
were
proof
black.
of this?
No, I
Do you
don't have proof on me now.
You don't have no
They're
proof.
from Ethiopia.
Okay.
I don't have any proof on me right now.
Anybody can go through history, and we know that if you come from Palestine, right, you are probably olive dark tone.
That's the Palestinians that are there now, bro.
Right now. Let's not go into a different topic about what color,
I'm just saying, innit, yeah?
This is my point.
This is how I talk with Muslims.
Is
This is how I
irrelevant.
talk with Muslims. I don't just lack things
Color,
up.
this is my
You
point,
can't
bro.
just tell me stuff.
Color is proper.
You can't just tell me stuff. We're gonna have to
Color,
talk about
but
it.
this is my point, bro.
Bro,
Color
I'm
is
not into
irrelevant.
none of your religions. And
No,
right
I'm
now,
not trying to.
your
I'm not
religions
trying
are
to
giving me a
get you
headache.
to.
Your
Bro,
religions
listen
are
to
giving me a
me,
headache, bro.
I'm
I
not
thought
trying to
you
get you.
You told me you was
bro,
going to talk about black people
Yes.
and something that concerned
Yes,
me.
and I'm
You said
trying
I
to-
was a mule of Islam, and I
Yes,
just wanted
and
to
I'm
say
still-
to you, one, I'm not a Muslim.
Still trying
Two,
to
I
get
don't
there.
do dawah.
Still trying to get
Three,
there.
I'm not a Christian.
You do dawah on their behalf.
How? Name
Right,
some dawah.
you do dawah on their behalf.
Name.
Right, brother, please.
Bro, you don't know that I'm a notorious Islamophobe. You never heard about? Look, you
Okay.
might. It's Jedi the Islamophobe. Tell her it's me.
Brother.
Did you not know that?
Okay,
No,
brother,
wait.
I
Let
didn't
me give you
wanna-
a story. Let me give you a story.
I didn't want to have to. I wanted to speak to you on a level.
No, but you have to.
Right,
You
and
can't
if
make.
you're not antagonistic, all right. Now I'm gonna have to go public. Now Now, Jedi, listen to me, brother. Listen to me. Now, me and you,
This is what I've been labelled, innit?
I never had a problem with this, man. I never had a problem with no one here from my heart. From my heart,
Go on, I'm listening.
right?
To you,
But because of the Dawa narrative that's brainwashed a lot of black people, a few black people have a problem with me. Why? Because I'm a Christian.
Let me hear what you say.
And being a Christian, I am against Islam.
Why?
Because it's a false cult that's for the pedophilia and child abuse. Right?
How about the Catholic Church?
And what
Why
happens?
did you jack me out for this, though,
Brother,
bro?
listen to me. Because I'm trying to get
I
to a
gotta
point.
walk home
but
at
you're-
night, man.
I'm trying to get to a point here.
right.
Trying to get to a point here. Because what I want is I want your opinion
Okay, good.
on certain hadiths
Okay, cool.
about Islam.
No problem.
Right? Now,
But can we just say that when you said that I give dawah,
now,
can you just correct
yes,
that?
I'm.
Can you correct that? Because I don't. Can you do that, please?
Right.
Because that's like actually slander.
Rob, it's slander, yeah?
It's slander. I don't give dawah. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not learned in Islam. I don't give dawah. I don't.
Respect gives dawah.
I'm not respect.
Respect gives dawah. You give dawah. You give dawah.
It's Jedi, it's not respect.
Right?
It's Jedi, it's not respect.
A lot of other black people that are not Muslims give dawah on Muslims' behalf. Now, they might not necessarily be Muslims. They might not necessarily be Muslims, but they side with Muslims simply because there's a lot of black Muslims.
This is the problem with religion.
There's a lot of black Muslims, right? So they feel an affinity with Islam, right? And against the white man's religion, which is a brainwashing tactic that Muslims have pumped black people with. Now, don't let them break it up. Don't let them break it up. Because I still want to read these hadiths, brother. Right? And I want your opinion on these hadiths. Don't worry about it.
Alright, cool. Before you start with the hadiths, bro, I don't want to be on the wrong.